Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. Another man is shot and killed on St. Thomas. Tragedy strikes the Virgin Islands Police Department, and Triangle contractors to the rescue. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a 31-year-old man was shot and killed yesterday afternoon on St. Thomas. The incident happened around 4 p.m. near the basketball courts in hospital grounds. News Channel 8's Lee Carl files this report.
This is the location, around the field as they call it, where around the field gang hangs out, and also the basketball court between the parking lot and that. Here's where 15 shots rang out. I could hear it from where I live up on the hill here. And an armed black man was shot to death in the streets on Monday. The details are kind of sketchy at the beginning, but as police cordoned off this area, they found a man in a vehicle who had suffered from 15 gunshots, an automatic weapon. On him, they also found two guns, one in a leg holster and another in his waistband. He's been identified, and here is the full details as officially released by the police chief, Rodney Carrard.
On February 15, 2010, at approximately 4:11 p.m., a law enforcement officer notified Control 911 of shots being fired in the area of the basketball court hospital ground. Police responded and found in the street running from south to north, adjacent to the basketball court, a black male sitting in the driver's seat of a white Integra, appearing to have multiple gunshot wounds. Emergency medical technicians responded and determined that the victim did not have any vital signs and had succumbed due to the multiple gunshot wounds about the body. The victim was identified as 31-year-old Jabairo A. Nibbs, that's J-I-B-A-R-O, A as in Apple, N-I-B-B-S, a St. Thomas native. Police recovered 2 firearms in Nibbs' possession on his person. A .40 caliber and a 9mm semi-automatic handgun were discovered in an ankle holster and his front waist. This kind of apparent accepted behavior cannot continue. This senseless killing occurred high day in the presence of many witnesses. How can one accept this type of behavior? How can a person sleep after witnessing someone losing their life, no matter what problem they may have had with that individual? We are human beings. This is not supposed to be an accepted practice. We as a community all have to stand against this apparent accepted practice among our young black males. I'm asking anyone who was in the area of the basketball court or surrounding area who witnessed this killing or saw the suspect or suspects running from the area to please call the Major Crime Unit at 340-642-8449, 911, or Crime Stoppers USVI at 1-800-222-TIPS. That's 1-800-222-8477.
In St. Thomas, around the field, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.
And in other news, just 1 week after the Virgin Islands Police Department held a press conference on gun safety, a St. Thomas police officer's 3-year-old son has been shot and killed. News Channel 8's Lee Carl has the details on this tragic situation.
This is Loveland Apartments just above Megan's Bay, where a police officer came home after work, put his gun belt down on the lamp table next to the bed, and his youngster, 3 years old, reportedly came in, picked up the gun, and it went off on him. He died of gunshot wounds. The official report is a little more detail, and here is Police Chief Rodney Carrard, who talked about this tragic event.
On February 14, 2010, at approximately 7:39 a.m., the Control Center 911 was notified by an officer residing at Loveland Apartments that his son had shot himself and requested that the ambulance travel. Police, along with emergency medical technicians, were dispatched and found that a 3-year-old boy had succumbed to an apparent gunshot to the upper body. Preliminary investigation reveals that the minor child gained access to the officer's government-issued firearm, resulting in this very unfortunate situation. This investigation is ongoing. The officer has been placed on administrative leave with pay pending the outcome of this investigation as per the order of Police Commissioner Novalee Francis Jr. This is standard protocol in any investigation involving an officer. Commissioner Francis has apprised Governor John P. Young Jr. about this tragedy. My supervisors, officers, and I, who responded to this tragic situation, are feeling the pain and loss. It is a very sad day for all. Our condolences go out to all the family and friends of this little boy. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
In St. Thomas at Loveland Apartments, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Lee Carl. Now, it was just last week's press conference that we learned 18 recovered guns from violent crimes were stolen from licensed gun owners. But last year, at least 3 incidents involving the Virgin Islands police officers having their weapons stolen. January 2nd of 2009, in Estate Grove, a police officer's off-duty gun was stolen from his home. An investigation showed that his 17-year-old nephew was arrested and charged with grand larceny. That gun was recovered. But the very next day, on January 3rd, 4 gunmen came into Anna's Fancy Bar. One of the gunmen put a gun to the officer's head and took his sidearm. That gun, nor the suspects, have ever been recovered. Then, the next day, on January 4th, in Estate Whim, an officer reportedly fell asleep after their shift and did not realize that his gun, handcuffs, ammunition clip, pepper spray, and a baton were all missing. That police officer was burglarized, and that weapon, to our knowledge, has not been recovered. Of all of these incidents, the cases are still ongoing. And there's a new passport office in town. Let's take a look.
We are very, very pleased, and we thank Lieutenant Governor Gregory R. Francis and Barbara Acoy and the Lieutenant Governor's staff for this wonderful, wonderful ceremony and for the great opportunity to be here at the grand opening of the Frederiksstad Passport Acceptance Facility, in addition to the Passport Application Acceptance Facility on Christiansted. So we are very, very happy to be here to provide additional passport services to the people of St. Croix. Right now, there are 2 different passport products. One is your traditional passport book, which we are all familiar with, and the passport book can be used to travel via air, land, and sea from the United States all over the world, including Western Hemisphere countries. And now I would like to talk about the brand new U.S. passport card. As you can see, this is just like a credit card size document. It can be placed in your wallet and taken with you everywhere you go. You don't have to worry about whether you left it at home or not. And the U.S. passport card is less than half the price of your traditional passport book. It was designed to meet Western Hemisphere Travel Initiative requirements, and it can be used for land border crossings and sea travel throughout the Caribbean. So, for example, if you are going from St. Croix to the British Virgin Islands, this is all you need to take with you. So it is as good as a passport book for travel here throughout the Caribbean.
Well, I just want to let the folks know to come, take advantage of the opportunity. A passport is good. You have the new passport card. It's very beneficial. Like Ms. Rodriguez said, it fits into the wallet. And this cost is only about $20, right?
That's right. If you have the traditional passport book, all it costs is $20, and it is good for 10 years for adults.
It's good. But you know, it's surprising today. We had the announcement that we have the opening office, and I want to introduce, we have 2 brand new customers. They tell me to say J and J. But it's Mr. and Mrs. James. Come forward. We want to assist us in opening the office. So you can see it's not only my staff is taking part in this event. They came early this morning. So we want to make them a part of it because it's good for Frederiksstad. And what's the best way to do it? To have residents of the Frederiksstad area to partake in cutting the ribbon.
3, 2, 1.
Yay!
The Haiti relief effort is still ongoing. That's up next on News Channel 8.